Happy to have my next guest on the show. It's Fernando Padilla, who had a huge win over Julian Erosa at UFC Vegas 72 in his official UFC debut. How's that sound, Fernando?
No, man, it sounds amazing. I still can't believe it. Like it's crazy how it happened and amazing the way that it happened. So he's really happy, enjoying life right now. You can clearly see I'm a little bit more chubby.
I was going to say, you must still be on cloud nine. I mean, have you ever felt this good in your life?
Oh no, bro, no, 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 no. It's incredible. Thank God he already passed. Like you say, Cloud Nine already passed, but I felt it till like Wednesday of last week. I think I wake up on Wednesday and it was like everything was heavy, everything was hurting, and it was like, damn, bro, like today is the day. It lasted a long time.
Now, we'll get into the fight here in a minute, but yeah, I know you were supposed to make your debut in 2021 against Sean Soriano. You had
Yes,
visa
sir.
issues, so that didn't happen. Well, why has it taken this long for you to make your UFC debut? I guess I don't know the story.
Yo, it visa issues, just visa issues. I tried to we tried to make fix it up with the UFC, but because of 2020, when 2020 happened, I stayed here, and because everything was closed, like I didn't have an option. It's not that I wanted to stay here. I wanted to go back home, to be honest with you, and just enjoy my family. Like 2020 was pretty much a nothing happening on the world. So I overstayed my visa and I stay here. More than what I was supposed to. So that created conflict with the UFC, and they were waiting for me to fix all that up. And as soon as I was doing it, and I was like having progress on all that, fix it. Uh, I was just letting them know, just for them to know that I was doing something, that I wasn't just chilling on my house or being depressed. But yeah, I was keeping them contact about that, and they were waiting. They were waiting, and thank God they wait because I was ready, man.
How hard was it to not get depressed, to stay positive? I have to imagine that must have been a really difficult time because obviously, as a mixed martial artist, you worked your whole life to get to this point to fight in the big show, which is the UFC, and so to have to wait and you're ready to make your debut and you can't because of this. How hard was that?
It was hard, bro. I feel that also, like you say, we like train so hard, and like we base all our life into like when you're a full-time fighter, like your life is it's on the gym. Like it's all about the gym and going to the gym and getting better and getting better. And I feel that when you get out of that rhythm, it's really bad for you. Like it gets you thinking about like, oh man, what am I doing? Like you're not training constantly, so you're like you have more stuff in your head to take care about, and like that for me was the part that was depressing. Just trying to stay constant, staying on point, but not being able just because like man. And the thing is that, like it wasn't like I was hurt or I was dealing with injuries. I was the healthiest that I've been these last 2 years, but it was more of like it's out of my control. Like if I want to go and fight tomorrow, I can, but I just like I literally can't. So that's the depressive part, just not being able, like doing everything constantly to not do nothing at the end of the day was like, oh man, at the beginning 2021 was like stressful, it was like I just want to fight, I just want to fight, I just want to fight. But 2022 happened, like I got a different mindset, I got a different perspective about it. I start thinking about like, okay, you're not just training for a goal, like just training for that. Like man, train because you want to be better, because you want to feel better, because you want to get to that next level, right? So like I started just seeing the stuff in that way, like viewing my training in a different way, and I start enjoying it more. I start having fun. I start learning more, and I start seeing the difference in me. And I feel that that's what keeps me out of the depression. Like uh, the constant rhythm
Evolution.
put,
Yeah.
put yeah, like it put me into that depression, but keep going with it, like get me out of it. So pretty simple. Just keep training hard. Stay in the gym. Stay busy. You don't think dumb shit. Like that's what keep me active and keep me motivated.
I love it, man. So you know, you hear a lot of fighters talk about the octagon jitters for the first time. You know, you're going to be fighting in the UFC. You got the whole MMA world watching you. It
Yeah.
didn't look like you felt that. You looked very comfortable in there, man. Did you feel any type of nerves, or were you just very relaxed?
I wasn't nervous at all. I was really excited, I can tell you. I feel that that's been me for like the past 10 fights that I have. Like I've been just excited, just really excited. I think uh, as long as I train hard, I know myself, you know. I think the last time that I felt like really nervous was I lied to you if I say 10 fights. When I fight with Spike Carline, my
Mhm.
last loss, I was nervous there because there was a lot of things that happened during that camp. Even not having a camp, you know, like I didn't even have a camp. I was coming out of a sickness, like a really, really bad sickness. It was like I think it was years since I got sick like that. Um, and it was a heavier weight. I think just coach wanted to take the risk, and instead of me saying no and waiting for something like that I wanted, I just jump into it. I just jump into the train. That's how I am. I just wanted to fight, and but I was nervous that time because I didn't have the right training. I tell you that the sickness, I was feeling weak myself. My body was feeling weak. So so yeah, I think that's the last time that I ever felt nervous in the cage. But for the UFC one, man, I prepare myself so much. Like I thought so much about how it was gonna be, about like I dream about it, imagine it, and when I was there, it was just another day, another cage. I was talking to some of my friends. It's like at the end of the day, like uh, it is another cage. You know, I step in so many cages that yeah, man, it's just another like fence with a canvas, a really nice canvas, but it was that for me. Like at the moment, it was that it's just another fence with a canvas. I just came here to do my job.
What did you think of the matchup when you first heard of Julian Erosa? Obviously, you know, he's a veteran. I mean, that's a tough fight for your UFC debut. Did you feel really confident, you know, going into this one against Juicy J?
Not confident. Obviously, I had to train hard for it, but I felt that it was the fight that I wanted, that I was expecting, because I wanted a fight. I wanted a guy who was gonna bring it up and then gonna bring a fight on me, and I was expecting that. I will be lying to you if I tell you that like oh how it happens. That's how I view it. I was expecting a fight. I was expecting a 3 minute fight. Sorry, a 3 round fight. Fucking three rounder, 5 minutes each round. I wasn't doubting at all that I could knock him down. Just because of, like, watching his film and stuff. But me personally, I thought it was gonna happen on the second round. Like I was like, okay, I'm gonna start landing more solid, and he's gonna start dropping on the second round. But and I planned maybe the third round get a submission, get the knockout. But it did. I mean, it didn't happen that way. It did happen in the first round, and I was surprised. I was surprised with myself, but I was trying to stay as composed as I could. Uh, you know, I know you maybe have these questions for this question for later, but the controversy pissed me off. But it pissed me off because before the fight, everyone was like, "Oh man, Julian Erosa is so tough, and Julian this and Julian that, and Julian's still Julian. You know, Julian's still the tough guy that he was." But like the fight happened how it happened, and everybody forget about that. It's like, oh, nah, maybe he wasn't that bad, that good. Maybe Fernando wasn't that good. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, don't switch what you were saying like back and forward. I feel a lot of people is doing that,
Yeah,
but
you had a great performance, man. I mean, that I think anyone that is a hardcore MMA fan that watches the sport on a regular basis, that watch that fight, they have to give you your major flowers for this one, man. You went in there, you put it on him, you looked fantastic. I don't fault the ref for the stoppage. I mean, obviously he wasn't out cold or anything like that, but I don't think it's a bad stoppage. Did you have to, were you getting really sick and tired of answering that you know, post fight? Was that just something that you felt like was taken away from, you know, your time to shine a little bit?
no, honestly, bro, like I see, like it's funny because I go back and see that combo, like how everything started, and how the whole like 10 seconds of pursuing him, knocking him down, stand up, and knocking him back down. Like I see that, bro, and I'm like, I'm amazed. Like, I'm amazed. I'm like, oh wow, like, is that me? Like, I can't believe it, to be honest with you. But I've been saying this. The first jab cross that landed and he dropped to the ground after he bounced on the cage. I kind of see it. Like, I was like, okay, this guy is the type of guy who drops down and go back up. So that's why I stay a little bit composed. But bro, when I landed that second right hand, when he stand up, and then I landed the last right hand, um, I think it was a mix of what happened during that moment. He threw a right hand too, and like his body went one way, the head went the other way with a punch. So when I saw that, me personally, I saw him going out. Like, I was like, oh damn, like I hit him like clean. And I feel the angle that the referee was like, because the referee was a little bit behind me. I feel that he saw the same thing, like his face just whacked went to the other side, and I feel that that's why he stopped it. If we saw the same thing, I understand perfectly what why he stopped it. But man, like 10 unanswered shots, two knockdowns, like it was gonna go back down. It was just like I was gonna throw more. I was already on my zone, feeling it. I wasn't rushing. Like, I was just timing it perfect, and I feel that's why the referee stopped it. Also my demeanor, like I say, like if I was just hitting him like nothing, I get it. But like, man, I those shots were pretty clean. You can see it.
Did you get a chance to talk to Julian after the fight? And if so, has there been any discussion about, maybe not an immediate rematch, but a rematch down the line? Is that something that you feel like would be fair or you're open to?
I'm always down. I'm always down for it. I respect Julian a lot. Like I tried I tried to came to this fight week and to this fight with all the respect possible to towards him, because he's a really respectful man too. Like, he didn't. I know that he didn't talk shit about me. He didn't say nothing like disrespectful, and he took me serious for what I want to think. So I took him serious, and if we match up in the line again, hey, I'm down to take it again. I'm down to face it. It's a fight that I was really excited to have. I know he was too, and I know he was expecting another thing coming out of his way. But man, like, I'm always down. I'm always been like that. I wanna. There's a few fights that I want to take in the UFC that, for example, like I lost against Dan Ige back in the days. So like, if we have the opportunity of match up again in the UFC, bro, I get that fight. I want to get that fight. But yeah, man, like, I'm not hard feelings against UCJ. I love his coach, Coach Casey. He was one of my coaches, and I would love to fight him again. Like, if you ask me,
Okay.
why not?
I love it, man. Great answer. How'd you celebrate the win? What'd you do? Did you do anything special?
My parents were there. That's the most special thing that you can give me, and I was just staying with them. My flight's supposed to leave on Sunday morning too, after the fight, but I stayed there all Sunday. All Saturday night was literally with them, drinking and eating and partying, and then all Sunday just with them. We walk all over Vegas. We just talk, and then Monday morning too, we spent together. Man, that's the best gift that somebody can give me. Time with them. Oh, that's the best.
Yeah, man, no doubt about that. Family is everything. When you are gonna cheat and you're gonna eat and drink and just kind of be merry and put in your body whatever you'd like. What is the go to? Do you have like a certain food or a drink that it would be your preference of what you'd like to have as far as like a cheat meal goes?
So if you ask me, like a good meal, maybe some steak. Like, after the fight, some steak, some meat. Korean barbecue, I love. Sushi bar, that we actually went to a sushi bar. I get it, bro. But there was specifically something that I wanted. Like, right when my fight camp started, one of my best friends and roommates here at the house, he just went out of a fight. So he went to Walmart and buy these banana cream pie,
Oh,
and he gave me one little spoon, that because I was already like trying to drop weight. Bro, I was like, man, I would need that. I need that in my life. And I think it was Monday or Tuesday when I came to the house. They went to Walmart, and I asked him, it's like, hey man, can you buy me a banana cream pie? Bro, it was a it was a big square of pie. You know, it was a big pie, and I finished it in 2 days, bro. I just that one that one was what I wanted for this one.
Good for you, man. Very, very well deserved. And
Thank
you're
you.
clearly made a huge splash here in the UFC's featherweight division. Let's talk about the 145 division and how you fit in. You already said, you'd like eventually to maybe run it back with Dan Ige down the line. Where do
Hmm.
you see yourself? I always like asking this to new fighters in the UFC. Once you finally get in there, you get your first win. Where do you envision yourself a year from now?
A year from now, that's a good question. I can see myself breaking into the top 15. Um, I would like that. I would like to see what's gonna happen with this contract. But yeah, man, I can see myself like in one more year maybe breaking into the top 15, showing the world that like I am what I say I am. and and just yeah, I think they're maybe breaking into the top 15, maybe being already number 14, something like that. But being there, that's where I see myself.
You look to have a really good frame too for 145. Do you feel like you're going to be one of like the bigger, longer guys in the division, or tell me how you see that?
I know for a fact I'm gonna be one of them. Like you see right now on the roster, and like I feel in the top 10, Giga, uh, Cater, Jair, they are the biggest ones. Outside of that top 10, you have Chun Woodson. I think Chun Woodson is the biggest 145er right now. And there's just more kids and more kids just coming out. You know, it's crazy. There's a Chinese guy who went again, Julian too. That guy is pretty tall. There's a few guys, there's a few guys, but I'm for sure know I'm one of the guys with the biggest frame in the 45 division.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. UFC 290, Volkanovski, Yair Rodriguez for the title. Give me your way too early prediction here. How do you see that title fight playing out?
Oh man, it's a really, really hard fight, but I don't have no doubt that Jair can win it. I only see Volk getting touched twice, like actually getting a little bit wobble, and it was with Max Holloway kicks. So now just imagine if Jair can land one of his kicks on Volkanovski. Like I think that's a it factor over there in that fight. If Volk tried to wrestle Jair, I think that would be the best way to handle it at the beginning of the fight, and then start like trying to strike with him. But Jair is so unorthodox, and he has so many weapons are coming from everywhere that I feel that's a really, really big impact into whoever will try to fight him. It's like, oh, I think I'm comfortable here, and then he hits you with an elbow, and it's like, oh, what the fuck? And then like, oh, I think I'm comfortable over here outside, and then he kick you. And for what I hear, his kicks are like rockets, bro. Like those things are gnarly. And so I can see Jair having a good upper hand on this fight. Obviously, Volkanovski is the best in the world, so it is gonna be a hard fight. Don't get me wrong. Um, if Brandon, I think Brandon is winning. Brandon is winning for a fact, man. I want that guy to take it back, from Pantoja. Um, who else is in that card?
Oh my God, that card is absolutely stacked. I'd have to pull it up. There's been so many phenomenal fights that are already announced on that card. That's International Fight Week,
Yeah,
July
man, it's
8th, I
crazy.
believe. I kind of wanted to stick with the 145 division. I wanted to get your take on
Okay,
something
yeah.
too.
Hmm.
So there's so many great fighters that have competed at 145. When I think of the all-time greats, like the Mount Rushmore of featherweight, the three that automatically come to mind for me, it has to be Volkanovski, has to be Jose Aldo, has to be Max Holloway. I think those three are locks, right?
Yeah.
Who would the fourth be for you? Who would be the fourth featherweight on the Mount Rushmore of 145ers?
Oh man, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. Uh, I would not have an answer right now for you. I think those three that you say were pretty good. Those are the names that I had in my head. Volkanovski, Jose Aldo, and Max Holloway. Just because of the way that they are, like the way that they've been performing, the way that they got into the title, they've been protecting it too. Oh man, it's hard. I think those three are the ones. You
Yeah.
know, that's the Mount Rushmore. Hopefully Yair can get there if he gets this title. He defended a few times, but obviously that's the goal for all of us. I want to be there. You know, I want to
Of
be there. I want to
course.
be one of those names. And I think this is something that I've been thinking for a minute. And not just for me, but like for all my teammates and stuff. Is like we are on a crazy generation right now. Like whoever made it, whoever is gonna make it in these times, like man, the amount of names that you're gonna have on your name, it's uh it's incredible. Like just for example, me just having the fight with Julian and having that name in my record now, like man, it's crazy. It's a veteran with a lot of names in his record. Now just imagine having a Kevin Cater, having a Arnold Allen, having a Max Holloway. Like I think about those things and it's like, man, you for sure are gonna be called one of the best in the world if you made it at these times.
Yeah,
So
100%. The roster of the UFC has never been more stacked. 145, 135, 55. You could go on and on. There's just so many killers at every weight class. Fernando, when you think about the perfect time frame for you to step back in there, when is that? Do you want to get a full camp, or are you just? Is it all about the right matchup, the right fight
it's about
stylistically?
I mean, at this point in the UFC, like every single match is gonna be hard. It doesn't matter who you get. That's something that I have in my head, and that's something that drives me to be better. If the other guys don't take me serious or they don't think that it's like that, they're gonna crash into a wall, clearly. but but a good time frame for me, I think August will be perfect. Like I'm healthy, everything is good. I was thinking maybe July, but in that card in the international fight week, if I want to get there, I need to just be ready in case of someone falling off or like a fight is not gonna happen. So I just need to stay in shape if I want to get in that card for what I can see. But if it doesn't happen, I'm down to go on August. I'm ready. I'm ready for August.
Okay, man. Well, geez, after your UFC debut, I am so excited to see you back in there again. Fernando Padilla, TKO's Julian Erosa in the very first round at UFC Vegas 72. It's been a pleasure interviewing you for the first time.
No, man.
Can't wait
Thank
to
you,
do it
Ryan.
again soon. Before we do sign off here today, I want to give you the floor. Please tell people where they can follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, anything to plug, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I have Instagram pretty much El Valiente MMA. If you wanna guys wanna follow me there, that would be perfect. I'm trying to open a Twitter. Everyone's telling me to open a Twitter, so let's see what happens. And but that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. I thank you, bro, for having this time and taking me in consideration. I'm glad that I was able to perform the way I perform and put my name in everyone's eyes because that was the point.